Hello. All right. Today I'm going to show you how we can get data from a Blues wireless note card, which is a cellular IoT data pump. We're going to get that data into Influx DB, and we're also going to visualize the data with Grafana, which is a really amazing open source dashboarding and monitoring tool. So here we're at the quick start of Blues, and I've got the note carrier here. And basically, you get this dev board. This little thing here is the um, note card, and it plugs into whatever different hosts you want. So ESP32 or Raspberry Pi. So these are just the instructions on putting it kind of together, hooking up the little antennas. Um, and then what we have here is actually I almost want to disconnect. So you plug in your device and you can pair it and connect to it with this web app over here. And basically come down here and you say like hub.set and you go and get your product. And your product is actually, they have a cloud service called NoteHub.io. And your product name is this. So you just copy that, you set your product, and then in your devices, you'll have your device. You can click into it. You can see your SIM card usage, your summary, and all kinds of interesting information. But what I want to show you is how we're going to send some data to Grafana. So if we come down here, how the data is sent over is we have these things called notes, and you have this JSON object here, and it says note.add body is temp, humid, and this is how you add your sensor values. So let's add like one more speed, and then this will be like 165 miles an hour because it's like a Ferrari. Uh, so basically, that's how we would, on the firmware, we would send this payload to Blues, to Blues, to the Note Hub. And for routes, I have a webhook route going to my device spot. And they have many different routes. They've got AWS, Azure, Google Cloud Functions, MQTT, and lots of routes. But for this specific case, we're actually sending it to my device spot. So if we come over to my device spot, we basically have our devices, and here's our Blues note card. And we basically, on the configuration, we have a device ID that matches the same device ID in Blues. So if we send, actually we'll do one more quick thing. So we have the concept of telemetry definitions. So we're going to create a telemetry definition, and the name is going to be note card status. This is going to be that template key, which is going to be in the firmware, which you already have set up. For now, we're going to say not location based, but there is GPS in here. And we're basically going to say we have this key, and that's going to be temp, and we'll say Celsius, and it's a float. And then we have humidity. This key, this one I think is percent, and float. And then we have speed. So we'll add another attribute, speed, miles per hour, float. So we create this telemetry definition, which the note card is going to send over. So we have that. Come to Blues. So what we want to do now is we're actually going to go to Grafana. So this is Grafana, and this is our managed instance of Grafana, and we're going to create a new dashboard. We're going to say note card. Go back and create this panel. And I've got this a little bit of code. So we're storing this data in a time series database called InfluxDB. So that data source is already set, and this is the basic query. Um, we have some variables defined: telemetry definition key, telemetry attribute definition key, and device ID. And then this is just some code that's going to get the data for this key. So we have two keys. We have temp. So here's temp, and this is there's not going to be any data in here. We're going to make a gauge temp, and we'll say temp. So we'll have temp. Okay, so actually I do have some leftover data from there. Let's actually do different, just so there's no data. Well, yeah, okay, so that is some leftover data. So there's temp. We're gonna add a new panel for, let's do speed, because I know that's a new field. So I'm gonna basically copy this query, and I'm gonna make this so it's ideally more automated and gauge. So here's gonna be speed. So no data for speed. And then we've got, let's add a new panel. So another gauge, speed, this one's humidity. And then, so you can do gauges, there's time series, like lots of different types of visualizations. But we're just gonna do gauges for this. Okay, so then we got humidity, and then this one, close this, I think. Yeah, here we go, humidity. Apply. Okay, so we've got these gauges. And on the note hub, we're gonna do like 9999, and then we'll do like 165 for the speed. So we'll send this over, and then you have to do one more command to sync it. Okay, so now we should get the 99 coming through. Let's see here. So you can change the time granularity here, and we got no data for 5. So we gotta wait. The first one takes a little bit. The function is a cold start. Okay. And like it's pretty cool. You can do like the drag and drops, and then you can create different widgets. Okay, let's see. There we go. So now we've got some data, 99 here, and then you can do like, let's do speed. Let's make this time series. Let's see. This one is actually speed. We don't have time series, so let's do temp of the time series. So you can do this, let's apply it. So this is the last 5 minutes, we just have this one data point. But then if we did like last 6 hours, you can see the data changes. So yeah, that's how getting data from the Blues wireless data pump to Grafana using My Device Spot, which is our application. So pretty cool stuff. I'm really excited about Blues and Grafana, and excited to see what kind of valuable dashboards can come out of this. So, see ya.